Hey everybody, Economic Ninja here. I am with Sage of Sage News. Once again, we're going to be talking supply chain. And guess what? We got something positive to talk about today. But first, we're going to start with something negative. No, actually, it's all positive, isn't it, Eric?
Pretty much what it seems to be.
Yeah, so things are starting to pick up. So we've noticed a couple of different things that we're going to bring you. So stick around to the end because these are two separate positive things about the supply chain. Even though they're not going to happen today, they are happening today, and they're going to affect us tomorrow or in the future, near future. So Eric, let's start with shipping rates. It looks like things are starting to normalize. We're not actually in the spot market as much as we were in the past couple of months.
Yeah. So actually what you have two type of freights. We have spot market and we have contracted freight. So contracted freight means that it's under contract, a dedicated price, dedicated truck, and they come get that. And when the trucks can't get that because of low capacity, it hits the spot market. Spot market is higher price because it's kind of you're bidding on it. So it's like an auction type thing that trucks will say, hey, I'll come get that for this price, and it's always higher. So for the first time ever, basically, we've lost. The spot market has basically come down, and now we're only at about 20 out of 100 loads are being kicked to the spot market, where at one point we were up there at 27, 28, 29. So it's the lowest point of the year right now at 20. Now it's not like it used to be everywhere, but it is definitely an improvement.
So you got to, as you're pulling up the graphic to show us that, can you explain, like where we are? Because like you said, it's the lowest point in the year. And I think it's really good to give a visual so people can see what's going on here.
Yep. All right. Let's pull this up. Hit the code. All right. So just like I explained, this is basically what we're looking at is the blue line is what is the rejections. And as these rejections come down, that means that more freight is staying under contract for the contracted price, which is normally a price that's been either negotiated this year or last year, and a consistent price. The higher this number goes back up here, like when it was almost 29, this means almost, let's just round up to 30, or I'm sorry, 28. We're 28 out of every 100 loads were being kicked into a spot market, and we're not being able to be covered. And according to the rules of supply and demand, we know that when that happens, the price goes up because obviously the supply is down and the demand is up.
So let's do this. We're going to jump into the second positive point, but guess what? I have a hidden number 3. So you're going to want to stick around because we're going to tell you how to make money from this. So number 2, the next positive bit of information, and I love positive information, is we're seeing some changes with the Oakland port, right? Because we've had times when the Oakland port had no ships in it, and people aren't understanding why are all the ships sitting down in the port of Los Angeles when they could easily jump into the Oakland port. It's pretty close. So let's talk about that.
Yeah, so what happened is a report out of KPIX CBS San Francisco basically came out and did a report on this in regards to the Oakland. So at one point, Oakland was short-staffed. And when it comes to container ships, it's all about velocity. It's all about speed. Get that thing off my boat so I can get rolling. Well, when they didn't have a lot of people to offload this, they started doing what blind shipments, and they would skip that port because they couldn't wait for the people, and then they rolled down to Los Angeles, Long Beach port. Well, that kind of caused that to obviously back up and get into a problem down there. So Oakland went and it was able to get fixed their personnel and bring in people and get staff back up to be able to get these ships offloaded. And now ships are deciding to start heading back up to there to get these things taken off their ships so they can roll out.
Yeah, so that's exciting. And sorry, I was switching us off full screen. Did you talk about the 2 contracts?
Yes, I did. The 2 contracts that they were able to get to so that they could go back up to San Francisco other than stay and sit there floating around.
Yeah, and I think that's actually very significant. I mean, when you have now a set contract, okay, we're going to send our ship directly to Oakland. We're not going to make any other pit stops. You're now diversifying that spread.
Correct.
So I'm super excited. Sorry, the ninja, is watching text and everything's happening.
No, absolutely.
The ninja doesn't multitask very well. So let's bring us to number 3. This is the greatest part about this entire video, guys. And if you like this kind of information, please hit the subscribe button for both the Economic Ninja channel and Sage News, because he's bringing so much valuable content about the shipping supply. He is a freight broker, so he knows a lot about this, and he was a truck driver for a long time. How many years?
Oh, Lord, since I was 21. So that's about 20 something years.
Ooh, I mean, man, you are old, Eric.
I am old.
We're the same age.
Thanks for the reminder.
We're the same age. Come on now. So this is the positive. Stuff is starting to normalize. But there is something that's extraordinary, and that is the amount of goods that hit us all at once. And we know that there have been subscribers both on my channel and Eric's channel saying, hey, look, we're canceling orders. Like we've already, Christmas has come and gone for retailers. They've missed that window. This is the time. If they don't have the goods in their store, it's done. It's useless to them, right? Because if they get all this stuff at once, they've got to do what? Lower prices, right, Eric?
Absolutely. Put it for sale. They got to get rid of it after that.
And I believe not only are we seeing record amounts of shipments right now that are, being destroyed due to mold and rotting, but now there's about to be a record amount, I believe, coming in January, February of inventory that is useless to most people.
Correct. And I'm actually hearing some of those conversations from some of my contacts at the big box companies that are basically saying, hey, we've got stuff in, but when this other stuff comes in that we ordered, what are we going to do with it? We're going to have these sales to get this moving. And because we're not warehouses, we're retail stores. It's got to keep moving.
Now, what that presents itself with is technically a crisis in the retailer's eyes. It's an opportunity in our eyes. I've already done my Christmas shopping, but hey, what about if we started looking right now to raise some cash, have some money set aside for those things that you've always wanted? There's a day where all these cars are going to start getting sent over, right, Eric?
Chips are going to get sent over, and these cars that are sitting there, they're going to get plugged in and sent to the dealerships.
That's right. And so what do we think is going to happen to prices?
Down they go.
That's right. And when prices go down, guys, remember, it actually starts a little mini crisis. It could actually promote a little bit of fear that I think is a little unwarranted, but hey, I'm going to take advantage of it. And when that fear is like, oh, the prices are dropping, they keep dropping. And then a lot of people go, well, why would I buy today? It's going to keep falling. And it just, it collapses. So there's about to be a lot of cool stuff for sale.
Don't tell my wife, but yes, absolutely.
QVC is going to be sitting here going, what do we do?
And that's some of the stuff that, and through a crisis, when the opportunity comes, you got to jump on that opportunity and get that thing, get those things.
That's right. And, me and Eric, all we do is we want to bring you the truth. We want to bring you a foundation of knowledge and understanding. But, it sounds like a lot of fear and FUD, but it really isn't, because with understanding comes peace and the ability to take advantage, right, Eric?
Absolutely.
Right. Well, hey, I couldn't think of a better place to sign off. So thanks so much, Eric, for jumping on.
Thanks for having me.
Right on. Okay, guys, with that being said, the Economic Ninja is out.